Hello, I'm Dr. Todd Lee, creator of the Valhalla Lab supplement line. Today I'm going to discuss with you some biochemistry theory. Because the products are dietary supplements and nutraceuticals, not pharmaceuticals, I cannot make claims. I hope you enjoy my conclusions. Hello! Sleep. A lot of people don't really realize that sleep is one of the most critical parts of fitness or bodybuilding or fat loss. That keeping with the theme of why people success and gains or progress is derailed, I think poor sleep hygiene is absolutely critical. That as one of the reasons why people don't succeed. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is literally sleep is the most important thing to do right. That Stan Efferding's vertical diet, step one, get your sleep. That nothing is more important than sleep. People don't understand this. And if your goal is to run a great company and be the world's best businessman, there's a lot of people, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, that'll say 4 to 6 hours of sleep is enough sleep. I think that 6 hours of sleep is great for fat loss because you get in enough sleep to where your leptin levels are adequate to suppress your ghrelin levels. And because your ghrelin levels are low, you're not going to cheat because you won't crave junk food. I do not think that's true for growing muscle. I think the most sleep you can get, whether it's 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, or 14 hours of sleep, I got 14 hours of sleep last night, for instance, and I still have bags under my eyes. That's how much I need sleep. And 14 hours is reasonable to me because the more sleep you get, the more growth hormone you release. And you're like, well, Todd, I don't have 14 hours, but I want to get the most growth hormone release. That's why I created Dragon Dreams. So Dragon Dreams is very complex and unlike other sleep products. As you're familiar with me in general and how I make supplements, that I tend to go really extreme with the science and the complexity. I tend to go clinical dose on everything, except for if I'm using the same ingredient in multiple products. Then I take in mind the maximum dose one can have in a day, and I divide it amongst all those products. So for instance, agmatine sulfate is in the Thor's Hammer and is in the Fenrir's Fury. I divided the max dose between those two products because you're having it twice. I don't want to overdose you, I want to appropriately dose you. So, no one ever gets, the drug use isn't the problem, it's drug abuse. And overdosing on a drug is usually drug abuse. So in this case, we're talking about not drugs or pharmaceuticals, we're talking about nutraceuticals or dietary supplements, but your liver doesn't know the difference whether something's legal, illegal, FDA approved or not FDA approved. Everything foreign into your body, your liver detects as a toxin, and your liver doesn't give a crap, like a honey badger. All right, so in Dragon Dreams, I put in a bunch of stuff that's going to help you sleep deep. Now, whether these ingredients actually do cause an increase in growth hormone directly, they do, but even if they didn't, the indirect effect of sleeping deeper causes more growth hormone release. So the arginine increases the blood flow to the brain, the GABA helps induce great sleep, the melatonin helps induce great sleep. Those three things together should induce fantastic sleep. The valerian root helps from cannibalizing the GABA into glutamate, and the same thing with the lemon balm. So everything's used to shift the body towards a direction of high GABA, high blood flow to the brain, high deep sleep, and that deep sleep will then help with REM, and it'll help with growth hormone release. And that growth hormone will help you burn fat, and it'll help produce IGF-1, which both builds muscle even in a calorie deficit. That calorie deficit is made up for by burning more fat. So the benefits of increased growth hormone, increased IGF-1, and increased leptin, which means decreased ghrelin, are your scientific explanation on the benefits of sleep. Now, any culture going back thousands of years knows that sleep's important to having a healthy body and a healthy mind. You don't need to have a scientific explanation for it, but I gave you one. So make sure that you get adequate sleep, which is 8 to 10 to 12 hours to grow, 6 hours to cut. And if you can't do that on your own, then I would suggest decreasing the caffeine at night and adding in Dragon Dreams at valhallalabs.com.